Welcome to Hey Las Vegas. I'm your host, Bror Fredrik, the voice of Las Vegas, bringing you all Las Vegas's latest news, information, updates, and what the actual F's. Today, in the category of what the actual F, we're going to discuss Resorts World a little bit, which is staring us right in the face right now. Resorts World, oh my goodness, what is going on with this place? Well, I'm going to tell you right after this. And we're back. Looks like Resorts World is getting ready for the Cowboys to come in town. This actually does well. Resorts World does well when the Cowboys are in town. They put up some displays. It's kind of interesting. I've been here a few times. I have a long, storied history with this place. Some of it good, some of it, well, actually, if I'm honest, a lot of it not too freaking good. But anyway, Resorts World. Resorts World is like, how would I say, the misbehaving child of the Las Vegas Strip, maybe the ugly stepchild, some people would say, but they are constantly getting involved in various issues. I'm going to spin around and go in the other entrance. One in specific I wanted to talk about, but if you haven't been playing along with Resorts World, $4.3 billion they spent building this place, hoping that it would attract all the high rollers and they were going to take all the whales from the wind and yada, yada, yada. Never happened. Grand opening. I'll give you my history with them first. Grand opening was our play some video. It's probably going to end up on the news.
Get your shit together! Let's go!
What's your way through?
Come on! Let's go! Come on! Get your shit together!
Let's You suck!
My arm is getting tired, but it's literally elbow to elbow.
What's going on? Come on, let's go! There's a doctor in the crowd! Make up your mind! It's getting it's dangerous!
Oh, there we go. Holy shit.
No!
This is like people literally press against each other.
There's the guy.
You're seeing this, right?
Keep going!
I'm literally being crushed. Oh, shit. Whoa. Holy shit. This is like riot level.
You can't back up. You can't back us up.
Well, there's a fight taking place right here.
You can't back us up. Back us up. Dude, there it is.
Holy shit. This is getting nuts.
That's a big ass project.
And we're all
You want to, either way, you're going to be in line, okay? Either way.
Stop fucking pushing people! What the fuck?
Holy shit. You guys just see that? Holy shit. Whoa, let me check myself. Hold on. I gotta make sure I got everything. That was freaking nuts. Whoa, she just got hurt. The grand opening was a complete and utter shit show. I mean, I re-injured my shoulder over there. People were tossing bottles. Security was doing nothing. There was a stampede at the door. They were just utterly unprepared for what happened. I never received an apology for that. I never did go after them for that either, but it was bad. And then after a while, I went in there. I was like, new property, new kid in town. Let me show them some love. Did a bunch of live streams there. At first, they were extraordinarily gracious. They found out I had a channel with 20,000 people. Now they're charging $18 for parking. Seriously, used to be free, then 10, now freaking 18. Whatever. And they were gracious to us. They hosted a group poll. They wanted to be, in their own words, they wanted to be the host casino of all things Bror Nation moving forward. And I was okay with that. I was like, all right, that's awesome. Oh, we're going to pick your people up at the airport in limousines. We're going to give them room rates. We're going to do this. We're going to give them hosts. We want to be the location for all things Bror Nation. And I was down with that. What's not to like about that? But when I finally took them up on it, they were like, hey, Bror Fredrik, we never heard of you before. Oh, you just said my name. Yeah, the guy told you that he's gone, which is true. This place, like many, many properties, they go through people. After the first 6 months, everyone moves on. I think the guy who was awesome to us, good old Zach, I think he's over at the V or the P. Anyway, so they reneged on all that, so I had to make other plans. And then I still kept, showing them a bit of love. They gave me a private passcode for their Wi-Fi in there so I could always stream properly. They loved having me in there. And then one day they just, rounded me up with security and was like, we're not down with this. So that's my storied past with them. But it seems to be a habit pattern over there. They just, they're just crapping the bed on many, many levels. There's been recent, I would call them allegations. I don't want to have issues. They're allegations that they've been allowing or did allow in the past. Illegal gambling, people on known watch lists to gamble, and just a whole controversy surrounding that with the Gaming Commission, which is still in force. It's still not ironed out yet. They got into an enormous pissing match with the Win. They were trying to poach people from over there. What am I doing over here? Thanks, man. I would have sat here for a month. Cool. I'm over here yapping and I'm on the freaking cab line. I'm like, why isn't this freaking moving? All right. At least he wasn't a dick about it. Anyway, speaking of dicks. So they went ahead and were, like I said, they were trying to poach Win's people. They got into a billboard war with the property across the street. One billboard was like, F you, and the other billboard's like, F you too. I mean, it was just drama after drama. What the heck is going on there? Just nothing but drama. I mean, the place itself, some people call it a little too austere. I mean, it's a combination of a look between like a shopping center and, I don't know, maybe an airport. It's an odd place. And in the beginning, like most places, you actually stood a chance at winning on the slot machines. Now they're tighter than a snake's ass, but that's everywhere in town. They used to have me live stream. They welcomed me in to live stream from the high limit room. That's how down to just be part of the group, just have the exposure that I was able to bring them. They'd come in the high limit room and they'd serve me coffee. They'd get on camera and we'd go back and look at those old videos. But that all dried up the first day. They were like, hey, yeah, hit the road, Jack. And they actually changed the password that I had. I don't know if that was just for me, but whatever. But it's been going on, with the nightclubs having issues. Now, the latest thing, which all these casinos, if you don't follow financial markets, have to report their quarters, how they're doing, why they're not doing well, how they plan on doing better, yada, 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 for shareholders and other legal and financial purposes. Well, turns out, not only do they have drama, in terms of the win and illegal gambling and all this other crap that's been going on for years, and, stuff with me re-injuring my shoulder, ducking bottles, all the other craziness that transpires over here. It's wild. This place is kind of wild. I'll admit it. We might go in there to go see the Cowboys and stuff. That's a good time. But other than that, whatever. Okay. So they made their report, and it turns out they're not just in the social drama category. They are in the financial drama category, besides all the illegal gambling and betting and all the executives knowing about it. They reported a huge third quarter Q3 loss. They were down year over year, or it's the worst quarter, down 23%. 23% in revenue is not a trivial number. That is a huge number. If you were down, if your salary was cut 23%, you'd feel it. Imagine how they're feeling it. So they are hurting for certain. And that's just the Q3. We're in Q4 right now, which, they'll have to come up with those numbers. You know what they did? Being how, they tend to be drama queens and whatever. You know what they leaned into and said, well, this is the reason why. Dig this. You ready? You ready what reason they used? Well, one, which kind of makes sense, but not really, was election anxiety was the reason why we didn't make any money. That's not the big one yet. I'll hit you with that in a second. It was election anxiety that kept people from going to Resorts World. They thought they were going to corner the market on everything. Whales, conventions, the whole bit. Nobody gives a shit. All right, so election anxiety. There wasn't much election anxiety in the rest of the Strip, so your customers have some type of mental disorder that leads them to not visit your location during election cycles. I will remember that in 2 years. And see what happens. But that's not the worst of it or the best of it, whatever. Dig this. They actually said that their revenue is down due to global warming. That shit, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. They didn't use those exact words. Let me be straight. But for all intents and purposes, they said their revenue was down because of global warming. And their exact, well, I'll paraphrase, I don't know about exact, but they said it was due to extreme climate situations over the summer. Now, Q3 does encompass a lot of the summer, and granted, it was a brutal summer. In all the years I've been out here, this is the worst summer ever. We had solid straight 120s for like 2 weeks or so. It was nasty. It was a nasty ass. I just saw some Cowboys. It was a nasty ass summer, but so global warming kept people away. Meanwhile, all these other properties were making record profits with the same temperature extremes. So they said it was temperature extremes and election anxiety why they lost 23% drop in revenue. That is freaking nuts. That's a first. That's a first. I'll give it to them, though. They pulled the global warming card, and, I don't know how that's going to pan out. I cannot, I'll be honest. I haven't been there in a while because I have absolutely no inspiration to go there whatsoever. I would love to show you like a post-mortem of what's going on in there. But, they'll probably surround me with freaking people and barking dogs and whatever because they don't want, I've heard this is hearsay. I've heard that they have given people who've gone in there and, with cameras and live streaming and whatnot, a hard time. I don't need any hard times in my life. As much as I like poking the bear on occasion, that's one bear I just don't want to poke because of the long storied history. But it would be fun to go back and see what's going on in there. But I don't need they don't want the exposure. They don't want, because they know most people who are going on the property are just going to be like, blah, 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 this place sucks. They don't want another one. And I get it. But however, maybe they'd have a change of heart, but I don't know. They got to get their shit together because, and then Fountain Blue is hemorrhaging money too. Fontaine Bleu. They're hemorrhaging money like a freak too, and that's their neighbor across the street. I get it. That's so far north that nobody gives a shit. If people want to be here. This is where people want to be. They don't want to be all the way up there, and then it's surrounded by a pretty freaking crafty ass neighborhood. I get it, 100%. Those areas, all right, if they play their cards right, in maybe like a decade or two, they're planning on building another resort where the old Riv was and all that. I mean, if this strip extends past them, they will become more relevant. But now they're the bookends. Those two properties are like the bookends of the whole strip. So, the north part of the strip. So, I hope they have the staying power, but I don't really care one way or the other. Like I said, they were not nice to me, so I feel no compulsion to be nice to them. But I'm not dogging them either. These are the facts. This is what happened. They're involved in all sorts of stuff. And now they're blaming global frickin' warming and elections. That's so lame. Just man the F up and say, hey, these are some areas we could do better. No, it's because it was hot and nobody came to Vegas. Look around, Jack. Anyway, no, Jack, I say, not a specific Jack. I don't know, freaking lawyers. People. Freaking Resorts World turned into the redheaded stepchild of the Las Vegas Strip. And I'm going to invite everyone to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again, when the next episode of Hey Las Vegas comes out, which is approximately 3 to 5 times a week, because there is always news taking place in Las Vegas, and I want to bring it to you, and I know you guys love it. And maybe you love my take on it, maybe you don't, but you're going to listen, so I do appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel, don't forget, I got all the links down there. I got the holiday seasons coming up. Well, we all have the holiday seasons coming up. I got the Tiege Hanley hookups down there. What else do I got down there? I got Olight. Olights are awesome. You need an Olight, all the tactical gear, all the lighting gear. Yeah, and I got the Amazon links, and I even have some Bitcoin-related things and privacy-related things, which I think is extraordinarily relevant because I want everyone to be healthy, wealthy, wise, and informed. Speaking of which, check out my streaming platform, which is brorfredrik.com, and that's where we talk about all 4 of those things in detail without any censorship whatsoever, because I run the dang thing. Yeah, feel me? And I love you guys. Oh, let me avoid that enormous pothole. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.